Hey guys, welcome to the third part of the retouching series, and in this particular video what we're going to be doing is global dodge and burn. Global dodge and burn is different from micro dodge and burn. Micro dodge and burn is what you do to actually like even out the skin. Global dodge and burn is what you do to enhance how the skin looks. So if you want your skin to look more contrasty and give more definition to your subject's face or probably any object, then global dodge and burn is your go-to technique for doing that. Okay, great. So in the first two videos we spoke about how to like remove stray hairs. So if you haven't checked out that video, definitely go check it out. So remove the stray hairs, and then the second video we did the frequency separation, where we fix everything from the blemishes to how smooth the skin looks, and our image looks really good at this point. Okay, so the next thing I want to do right now, like I said, is global dodge and burn. And what I'm going to do right now is just run my global dodge and burn action, and what that's going to do is come up with like our global dodge and burn layers. So we have our dodge, which is lightening, and we have our burn, which is darkening certain parts of our image. So what we're going to do next is pick brush, make sure that our flow is about 3 or 4. Make sure it's a soft brush and the foreground color is white, because the way the layers and layer mask work is your layer mask is like a door. When it's black you can see through it, and when it's white you can see through it. So anytime you paint white you can see through this blockade that's here and see exactly what is on this layer, right? That is about it. So what we are going to do right now is start with like our global dodge and burn on like a mini, or I'll say a micro scale, right? So what we're going to do is move to our dodge, and here we're going to be working on I would say the tiny highlights that are on our image, right? And we're going to start with this, just working on the lips. So you just work with the small highlights on the image and make sure that those highlights are standing out. Now you don't have to be perfect, it's not like micro dodge and burn where you have to go in and be perfect with everything, but what we're doing right now is just enhancing the tiny highlights first, and then we'll come to the bigger picture. So let's see before for that and now after. In the grand scheme of things, it all comes together and makes the image look a lot better. So we're going to work on the highlights right here on the nose. She doesn't have like quite a lot of specular highlights on the face because of the way I shot it, but that's fine. One thing that you can do is come into the eyes and enhance some of these right here, if you have time to do that. Like I said, it makes the overall image stand out. So we're going to do that. See some highlights here. I'm going to enhance those highlights that are here. And this part of the eyes, to anything that is a highlight, we are going to make sure that it stands out. Okay, great. We have done a pretty decent job here. So let's see our before and our after. Before and our after. So you can see the lips stand out a lot more now, and we've gotten some highlights coming out of the eyes. You can see the eyes look a lot brighter and it just looks better, right? So what we're going to do is still work on the tiny specular highlights. I've increased my brush size right here, and I'll work on these highlights here. These ones are not like tiny right now. I would say they're probably like at the medium end. Do not forget to get the ears too. We want everything to be on the same wavelength. I can see these highlights here, probably make that stand out. And great, somewhere here around the eyes, we make these stand out too. Okay, yes. So now I think we've done a pretty decent job. Let's see what our before and after looks like. Before, after, before, after, before, after. I can say I made a mistake here, but that's fine. I'm just going to leave that. And now we're going to do the same thing for our burn, right? And our burn is basically just darkening. So we can do that. Make this stand out. Yes, we are on our burn layer. Make sure you are painting on your layer mask. Okay, great. So we are going to work on these right here, make this darker. And probably get into the eyes and make some part of the eyes darker. Any part that is dark there, we're going to work on that, make it just a tad bit darker. Okay, maybe some part of the lips, just a little bit. We don't want the lips to be too dark. And so let's see what this looks like. So these are before, these are after, before, after. While it doesn't seem like a great deal, like I said, those things actually like come together at the end of the day and make your image look a lot better, right? Okay, so now we are done, on like a micro scale. And what we're going to do right now, sometimes what I do is turn off all the retouching I've done, and then I will now do like the full global dodge and burn using a big brush, right? So what I'm going to do right now is just touch these areas. And the reason why I do this is, sometimes you just want to see where the actual highlights are on the face and how, they actually like look before retouching. In a way, it just makes the image look a lot more natural, right? Okay, great. So I have this highlights here, have this ones here, down here, just these tiny highlights here and right here on the shoulder and the neck. We're going to fix that, and then we're going to go to burn, and we're going to get some of these in here. You can see her jaw. Love her jawline. That looks great. And then the eyes to complement the makeup, make the eyebrows look darker, and then just shape the face up, and okay, great. So we're going to turn everything back on, and let's see how that looks. That looks blimmin' good. That looks really good. So what we're going to do is show you the before. Show you the before and after, before and after. Now the good thing about like your dodge and burn is when you are done with dodging and burning like this, you don't have to continue. You can easily just duplicate it, and then you can reduce the opacity to match what you want if you feel like the first one was not strong enough. And if you feel like maybe it is strong enough in a couple of places, but I want it to be stronger in the eyes. I want the eyes to look a lot better and everything. You can always just create a layer mask over this, Command I, and then take your flow to 100% and just paint over the eyes. And as you can see, that's the before and the after. You can see the eyes stand out a lot more. So that's like a little technique, to just, instead of dodging and burning over and over again, you can just do this technique, and it just adds like contrast to some certain parts of your image. Okay, so I love how this image looks right now. And another way I can add more contrast to this image is by using my levels adjustment. And now with my levels adjustment, what I'm going to do is I can see that the image is peaking already, so I do not want to touch the highlights, right? So I can just come here and add some contrast, like add some, I would say, blacks to my image and have it looking a lot more contrasty. So this is where our image started, and this is where our image is at right now after our micro dodge and burn. Our global dodge and burn. Sorry, I always mix that up. But yeah, so let's see our before and our after. And if we put our whole global dodge and burn into one group and name that global dodge and burn. Sometimes you think I can't spell. And we put everything in one group. So let's see our before and our after. No mistake. Before and our after. Before and after. Sorry, this is what am I doing? So let's see our before and after. Before and after. You can see how the eyes stand out, the highlights around the nose, the mouth, everything looks really, really good. That's our before, and this is our after. That's our before, and this is after. Now when you look at the image, it's almost like the eyes are drawing you in, and it just looks a lot more stunning than if you did it without enhancing the eyes and all that. One other thing you can do to make the eyes look better is maybe just run my eyes and T whitening action. Open that there, pick a soft white brush, just zoom in, and what I'm going to do right now is just paint into her eyes, and you can see automatically her eyes are looking whiter. By the way, if you want that action, it's free. You can get in my digital store. Just made a mistake there. Okay, clean that out, and you can do the same for the other eye. You know, just get that looking really, really good. Okay, great. Okay, so you can see that looks really good, even though the eyes look too white. So what you can do is just come to your curves and reduce the curves, and that makes it like better. And then you can come to your photo filter and just reduce it overall, because you don't want it to look like fake. And you can see that's just like a little enhancement to the eyes that makes it look a lot better, instead of just having it look pure white. You know, at this point I'm probably still going to just reduce the opacity just a little bit so it looks a lot better. And this is what our image looks like right now. It looks really, really good. So let's see where we started from again. We started from here, and then we moved to removing all the stray hairs in the image, and then we did a basic frequency separation to actually clean up the background, created a stamp visible layer, and now we cleaned up the skin. And after that we did our global dodge and burn, and then we did our eyes and teeth whitening action. So basically we just ran the action and whitened all the eyes. So yeah, anyways, once again, if you guys are interested in retouching better and retouching faster, check out my digital store. I have some amazing presets and actions that help you do that. You have my retouching essentials pack with 14 amazing actions, my skin tone lots, and also I have some freebies there for you, so definitely check it out. And yeah, that's all for today's video. In the next video, what we're going to do is color grade this image, and then we are going to do like our finishing touches like liquify and all that, and then you get like your complete retouched image. So watch out for the next video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have an amazing day, guys. Peace out.